Hey, hopefuls. Okay, so let me find. We're still in kids' room, kids month, kids um, focus, right? And I know we did these in February, so kind of like approaching it in a building sort of way. Toys, and I mean like toys, not like building block toys, but like toys in general is what we're really going to focus on today. And it's like, why won't they put them away? And there's multiple reasons and steps and factors that could play here. Quantity is a huge part of that. It's maybe there's too many just in general. Like decluttering toys is hard, especially if it's your first kid or if they're littles and you're like, I don't want them to grow up. I don't either, right? Like, I don't think anyone's like, yeah, I can't wait till you're old. But too many is a huge factor. So having those hard conversations with yourself, with your partner, with the grandparents and the generous family and friends. Those are like great. I love that you want to spoil my kids, but honestly, we don't need any more of these. So you have to give them alternatives. Books, library card, experiences where you can capture, like take a photo at the zoo. Hey, you remember that one time we went to the zoo with grandma and grandpa? That was amazing. So we can try to start by decluttering and limiting how many we actually have. And it may be, okay, I decluttered. We got rid of a ton. We just have too many. Okay, well, do you have too many homes for them? Like, do you have too many or too few homes for Barbie shoes, for Lego blocks, for building blocks, for kinetics, for that? Is that kinetic sand? I think that came out like as my child was aging out of it. So I might not get all the names right. Do you have too many homes or too few homes for dollhouse accessories, for racetracks, for Hot Wheels? Those are things I want you to figure out because, like, if you've decluttered enough stuff, okay, do you not have enough homes for your kids to help manage? Not just you follow everybody around, put everything in the right boxes, but do you need a bin, a tote, a lidless option like, oh, they can just drop? Okay, all dolls go in there, all doll accessories go in there, all cars go in there, and you have like a 4 to 8 cube thing like that. So now the kids can go, and you've got that big pretty label on the front so they know exactly what goes in there. So do you have too many or too few homes? Do you have a home in the living room, in their playroom, and their bedroom for cars to go? That's too many homes. There needs to be one, and it needs to be simple. Kids of most ages are not probably going to take the time to do it correctly the way mom would do it, right? And they're not going to take the lid off a container and then pull the right plastic bag or the right sorted, super sorted container inside that one container, take that lid off and then put it away and then put the lids back on and then put the other lid back on and then put the box away. Not going to happen. I am already bored for them. Now, some will. I'm not saying all kids are the same. Goodness knows all adults are not the same. But for the most part, macro organizing, in my experiences with my clients, with people I've talked to and worked with, macro organizing is goals. That one step put away, that giant bright label so it's very visual. Dull stuff goes here, toss and go. So when you're looking at it going, why won't they clean up? Is it because you have too many toys, too many homes, too few homes, and you need to centralize it all? And then when it's centralized, it makes cleaning up easier. Now, is cleaning up part of the routine? Or do we have playtime? And then we go outside for a while, and we have snack time, and then we have study time, and then we have bath time, and then we have dinner time. Oh, and then we may or may not clean up. Or is it built into the playing routine? So if you think of cleanup as a learned part of the circle for playing with toys, it's not a personality trait. Goodness knows I did not clean up when I was young. Sorry, mom and dad. Okay, sorry, Ish. But like if we make it part of the full circle, right? I'm going to take my box out, my toy box, my toy bin, the thing I'm playing with now. I'm going to play with it. And before I get the next box out, I have to put this one away. Or when the buzzer goes off because our half hour of playtime is up and we're on to our next activity or next thing or we're leaving or whatever, that has to go off. So let's say they have a 30-minute window for playtime because they've got to go to grandma's house or clean the kitchen or whatever. Is that 30-minute window? It's 10 minutes of that. Clean up. Put the toys away. Put the bins back. Because they're not going to want to do it later. And if we try to do it later, we already got distracted because our toys are out. Now we want to play with them again, right? Oh, they're here. I'll just play with them. That's that part of the cycle. That's part of the confusion. That's part. Why won't they clean up? Because it's not built into the habits that are being learned. It's not built into those sustaining steps that they just have to happen. And if we have to do it later, we think about it later, then you have the mess sitting out all day. That's visual clutter for us moms. And that's stress. We don't do that. We are not signing up for more stress. So if the toys are out all day, and then you're like, oh yeah, I got to remember to do that later. And then you've had the full day. I don't want to argue with them to have them stop and do this. And then they'll want to play with the toys. And then I'll just do it later. And no one is raising their hand for more stress like that. And so we want to make sure that it's built into the routine. It's built into the system of maintaining it. That 5-minute pickup, that 10-minute pickup has to be part of closing the circle of staying organized. Especially when it comes to kids' toys and things like that. That stuff gets everywhere super fast. It's like glitter bombs through up sometimes. Because how is the Lego over here? What did I just step on? Where's the other Barbie shoe? All of these things are part of the factor of playing with toys. Now, if we build into that factor of cleaning up toys, we have a consistent habit. And I know it's already like, yeah, like that's ever going to happen. I get it, right? I definitely get it. But if we're in the process of learning, if we're in the process of growing using the 3S method, we decluttered everything that's not being played with. We have our 6-month rotation toys already out in the garage. We're looking at rotating those in just before, next month starts. Right? We did the work. We did the work of decluttering. We did the work of sorting, right? So you have a bunch of those boxes, those 4-8 cubes instead of the one big box, because child A and child B, they're probably going to want to play with 2 different things. Great. But if they're both trying to dig into one giant toy box, which I don't even know if they make those anymore, and then the lid's up and you've got feet in the air and then it's just a mess. But if you can grab this cubby to play with your race cars and you can grab that one to play with your Legos, great. Perfect. But now we both know everything has to go back in that box. And we put the box back. Whether it's before the next box comes out or at the end of playtime, whichever works for your family, make sure it's working for your group. Because what works for us may not work for you and vice versa. So we're making sure it's part of the whole system, the whole activity, that picking up those habits, those learned systems. So when we check back in with Kids Room next February in 6 months, it's already built in. It's like brushing your teeth. You don't really think about it. So picking up the toys will just be part of it. It's just part of it. It's just what happens. Right? It's no longer I have to actively think about picking up toys. There has to be a buzzer. I have to do this. We have to do that. I have to mental overload stress. Nope, it's just part of it. So give yourself a little grace. And this is learning curve, the teaching habits period, and be open to shifting if it needs to. Maybe 5 minutes was not enough. We got to do 7 tomorrow. 7 minutes was almost there. Let's go ahead and do 10. And then if we get out the door a little early, hot dog, right? Like, be flexible, not be like, well, that didn't work. Done. It's not realistic, because in next year, in 5 years, in 10 years, those toys are going to look a lot different. Your systems may look a lot different. Your whole house may look a lot different. So you have to be flexible, knowing, okay, we're in this season of life. Right now, you may be stepping on toys while I don't have to. And that's not a na 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 kind of thing. That's not a ha ha ha. It's a, oh, right. Yeah, I remember those days. I feel you. Give yourself some grace on it. Like give your moment to breathe. Be like, ah, if I have to remind these kids one more time, you're gonna have to. Sorry. Let me know. I am open to all the, oh my goodness, frustrations. This is a great community for that. Like, we're supportive. We get it. And this is just where you are. And that's okay. So how can we make where you are right now a little less stressful? How can we make where you are right now have the kids picking up their toys? Right? So that's part of the focus, and making sure it's set up for your kids. Like I was saying earlier, don't give them a bunch of lids. I have a 17-year-old, and I'm still, to this day, have him open a lid and put something inside and put the lid back and put the box back. No. It's just unrealistic because that's not his style. He still drop and goes. And most kids do. Heck, probably most people do. I do for most things. For my pajamas, for my office supplies, all those are just drop and go. I don't think about it. So make sure that system that you have set up, that you put in place probably earlier this year, or that you're still navigating and checking in with, and be like, oh, okay, they keep putting that back on top of the lid. So let's take that lid off and make the system work for them. Let's set this space up for their success. So I can stop following people around and doing stuff and cleaning up and having it this way, right? Like, it's not going to be over there, and over there. And where does this one go? Because we've honed it in, right? We've given one spot for this to live. Now we want to make sure that the space is set up for their little hands to handle. The more responsibility they have, right? It's part of their circle to do. You get to play with it, and that's fine. But when you're done playing with it, this happens. Before we can move on to part B, right? Before this happens, this is part of your responsibility. This is, hey, don't forget when the buzzer goes off, it's cleanup time. And then if cleanup time, insert whatever rules, regulations, consequences, actions, accountability your family chooses to use. I'm kind of a strict mom, so I won't be sharing all of those things. But like, you have to find a way to support them without being, I'll just do it. I'll just handle it. They aren't doing it the right way. Fine, I'll just do it. Because they know by now that if they just leave it out, you're going to handle it. So those ugly conversations, maybe, okay, now remember, we're going to do this. There's no, do you want to? There's no negotiation. There's no alternative options. This is now your responsibility. If you want to keep your toys in the living room and you want to keep your toys in general, you are now responsible for closing the circle of organizing them. Now, I'm not saying go get your 1-year-old to pick up the racetracks. Do it age appropriate, age and ability appropriate. I get it. We're all on different parts of existence. I get that. So I'm not trying to be like offensive or mean or anything like that, but I honestly believe like kids are way smarter than we give them credit for. And they know how to play us. Hi, I'm a sucker. Like I'm still a sucker sometimes. But if we stop doing for them and we stop just fine, I'll just clean it up. Well, they're never going to do that. Okay, well, let's approach it differently. Let's make sure it's set up for them. Hey, what will work for you? Do you want this box or this box for your doll shoes to go in? Do you want this color or this color label for your Legos? That way they're involved in the decision making and it's becoming their space because they chose it. So if we get them started and then we get them involved and then we hold them accountable, next year you're not going to be asking me why my kids don't put their toys away. Next year, you're going to be like, Melissa, how do I emotionally process that they grew out of these? If you have that answer, let me know. Because that's out of my realm. But making sure that they're part of the organizing, making sure that their systems are set up for them. Not what you would do, not what looks great at the store, not what social media or scrolling tells me is right, but what works for them. Look at their signs. See what is happening. Put in systems for that to successfully happen, and then give it over. Let them manage it. Let them handle it. You'll have to help them remember. You'll have to remind them. You'll have to set the ding, ding, ding. It's going off. Now this is the time. Maybe you have to deal with them for a couple weeks. But we're no longer going to follow them around and just handle it ourselves. I'll just do it because that's what they're used to. They know if they leave things long enough, you're going to do it anyway. Why would I? Why would I do it if you're going to come along and I'm over there already? You're just going to handle it. So if we build in that last part of the circle, right? If we've played and now we have to clean up, it's part of one thing. It's not a later action. It's not an option. And it's not they have a way out because if they leave it long enough, mom will do it. So yeah, so go check out the systems. Is it set up for them? Do you need to do another declutter? Do you need to set up a toy rotation? Do you need to get some bins without lids? And then work it. Work them into it. Set your alarms, set your reminders. Make it fun if you have to. My brother and I used to throw things from across the room. Whoever, you're right. It was a competition. Like, I bet you I can get more in there than you can. Just work with your family, but give them that responsibility. Hold them a little more accountable and stop following around to do it yourself. And I know that sounds pretty rough, but we're building an organized life. And that includes everybody in the home that is of age and ability. Not want. Please note that I did not say that they want to. Nobody wants to. I don't want to half the time. But of age and ability to be responsible for their things, their spaces, right? Their stuff. They need to be responsible for their habit of closing the circle of organizing that area. So yeah, I did remember today to put in the comments, you've got the freebie for the kids' room. And then also the room resets, because those are half off. The kids' room reset is half off this month. So it's $4.50. You get the 30-day declutter, the 30-day sort, the 30-day sustain, and the 3S tour guide, which kind of gives you the mindset of how do I even want this room to work? So yeah, that's it. Or at least that's it for today. Until next time, stay hopeful.